Yep.
Gerson, the Tennessean. What went wrong for the pitching there in kind of in the sixth and seventh innings?
It's just the self-induced bases that we put them on, whether it was a walk or a hit by pitch. Just sputtered a little bit. I mean, those moments were, probably high temperature for the kids, but they've been in them during the course of the year, and we've put them in that situation. But it was just tough sledding, and they took advantage of it. But those big innings, that's kind of the game right there, the sixth and the seventh. You put them on base, and started with, Bryce did a really nice job. But after the couple of walks, then they mounted an inning, and then we hit a couple people in the next inning. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate.
What was Alan Espinal's injury issue?
I don't know what it is. It's a knee, but he can't move. So, yeah, he was compromised after that, after the slide into second base. So he tried to play. He wanted to go back out, but he couldn't run. So, and he couldn't squat. So that was it.
How did you decide to turn Carter Holton out of the bullpen?
He wanted the ball, and we talked about using him at the end of the game. And especially in the situation that we were in, playing uphill. So we gave him the ball, and he battled. It's unfortunate for him, and it's certainly unfortunate for the team, but to be honest, we didn't deserve to win that game. You can't play that way on that side of the ball and expect to win. Now, we played hard, and we hit the ball, and we gave ourselves an opportunity, but from a pitching defensive standpoint, it just wasn't good enough. And that's not taking anything away from High Point, because High Point, congratulations to them. They've had a heck of a season, and that was a good win for them. And they're certainly tough. There's some older kids in there that give you good, tough at bats. Yeah.
Joe Healy, G1 Baseball.
Yeah.
Did you sense at all, Coach, that between the injuries you dealt with, a long week last week in Hoover, maybe the team a little bit out of gas, or is the last couple of days more of that's just baseball?
Yeah, I didn't think we were out of gas. I thought our energy was good coming into this tournament. So to be honest with you, I was a little bit surprised in how we played, particularly yesterday. Today, I don't want to make excuses or even explanations. I mean, we don't have parts in there, but those kids play too. So, but it just wasn't good enough, Joe.
Yeah, Tim, what do you think it was that went wrong for you guys this whole season, and is there anything that you think maybe needs to change or to be different going forward to get back to your regular level performance?
Well, we just weren't consistent enough on the road. I mean, I think that was certainly part of the puzzle that played out this year. We had several series on the road where we got beaten, and we got beaten soundly too. We gave up too many big innings. I do know that. I mean, I tracked those pretty good. And we gave up more than I think we've given up in recent times. So that was kind of an issue too. Outside of that, just not consistent enough. It's unfortunate. That's the earliest we've ever been knocked out of a regional before. So that's kind of new territory for us. But that falls on myself, and you got to look in the mirror and say, it's not good enough. For at least from the standard that we've created. I guess. But yeah, you like to play deeper into this thing. You'd like to give yourself a chance to play for a super and get to Omaha, but at the end it just wasn't good enough, and that's, you have to live with that. That's real.
Yeah, so obviously having lost in regionals 3 years in a row, is there anything you anticipate doing differently this off-season or different approach?
Well, I can't answer that right now, Aria. I mean, you just got kicked in the nuts. It's like I can't really. I'm not qualified to just start breaking down everything right now. I gotta look at we'll look at a lot of things when we get back. You know, you got to say bye to seniors and people that have been in your program for a long period of time, and then I'll sit down and kind of see what we got to do. Yeah, but it's got to get better. Yeah, that's with me.
Coach Alfred has been South Mr. 14. Artie Austin was incredible today.
Mhm.
About his day today and then his season as a whole with your team.
Yeah, he's a very competitive young man. I love the way he plays. He competes in everything, academically, athletically, socially. He's just I've said this many, many times. He's a throwback. He's a 70s player. He just plays with his hair on fire, and he gave us a chance to win. I know he feels bad about the last game, but we're not even in the game if it isn't for him. So he created 4 runs himself. So certainly 5 for 5 and 3 RBIs and getting on base and scoring a run and just doing what the team needed. You know, being over at shortstop. He hadn't played there 2 years. You know, since high school. So he's just doing the best he can. So I'm very proud of his performance and how he competes. He really competes. Like more guys like him.
Yeah, Tim, how difficult was it to adjust to not having Vastine available after he started every game the past 2 years?
You know, it's part of it, Aria. I mean, what are you going to do? You know, things happen in life, and you gotta move forward. You can't sit there and worry about it. Someone's got to play. That's all there is to it. It's part of sport. You know, it is. And, you know, I'm disappointed. I am. I'm disappointed for the kids more than anything. You hate to see the season end, but you know, it's part of what you do inside the game. You gotta deal with these things when they come up, and you just gotta move forward.
Yeah, and do you think that there is anything behind the number of, especially position player injuries that happened this season, or was it just kind of a randomness or bad luck or something like that?
I mean, you tell me. I mean, I didn't know Jonathan Vastine was going to have the flu and throw up for 3 straight days. I didn't know Espinal was going to slide into second base and hurt his knee. I mean, you know, I didn't know Diaz was going to foul a ball off his knee. I mean, what do you do? You're playing sports.